Good morning and welcome to Donington Park Circuit here in Leicestershire under the East Midlands Airport flight path for round 6 of the Avon Tyres Intermarque Silhouette Series. As always, presented by OGRL. The cars are now heading away on their rolling lap behind the pace car. There'll be one rolling lap ahead of 10 minutes of racing from the silhouettes. The space frame fiberglass Kevlar body shelled coupes and hot hatches as they make their way around the first corner at Redgate for the first time on the rolling lap. We'll give you a rundown of the grid. So 15 Graham Willis starts on pole, alongside him 782 Thomas Kalita, and I've got 36 Roy Anderson in the fluorescent green Citroen Saxo, the man from Elvis in Scotland. Position number 4 on the grid is 83 Ben Singleton, the Peugeot 206, sponsored by C&M Racing. Then we've got 619 John Smith from the Randall Motorsport Vauxhall Corsa. Then we've got Adam Turner behind that in 447, which is the Dump Sport 206cc. Then we've got Owen Potter in 79, the Potter Sport Vauxhall Tigra. And then Kane Van der Bosch from the back of the grid in his black and yellow BMW Mini. So that by my rating is 9 on track. And we are just awaiting one more car to join us from the pit lane. I'm just trying to work out where that is, and we'll get it for you in a moment. But there's Kevin Van der Bosch at the back of the grid. And here's the one remaining car, 104 Raffles, making his way rather rapidly through Schwantz Curve to catch up with the back of the grid in his orange and white Vauxhall Tigra. As always, for the silhouettes, I'm joined by Mr. Owen Potter, who will be joining us for this race. So as always, good morning, Owen, and welcome to Donington Park.
Yep, hello everyone. Yes, as we see Ralph Hodgson coming up towards the Coppice corner, he's allowed to retake his position on the grid as long as the leaders are not at the final corner, which they aren't. They're on the patch straight here, so he'll be able to stop nicely into his position. Remember, silhouettes are reverse grid from the race 1 result. As long as you're finished, you will be reversed to the front, so that's why we have the arguably slower cars near the front of the grid. As we make our way into the final chicane now, about to start the race, the pace car will pull in and the race will start.
Yes, Ralph Hodgson was the only car that didn't finish race 1, hence why he's at the back as they make their way up to the timing line there. This is it, round 6 of the Avon Tyres Intermarque Silhouette Series is ready to go into battle. The lights on the gantry are still red, about to go green. Waiting, the cars are holding. Who needs football? Let's go racing! The lights are on and away go. The Intermarque Silhouettes have already got 7 cars together, 8 cars together. In fact, a massive squeeze is turning. It's squeezed by Willis and Van der Bosch. Van der Bosch fired off to the inside of Redgate corner. They're all round Redgate. Okay, towards Hollywood for the first time. And it looks like Kalita's broken free like a greyhound out of the trap to these stages. His own Potter forces Ben Simpson wide through Hollywood. Down Craner curves for the first time. Van der Bosch has gone through into 4th place in the Mini already from the back of the grid. Turner's made storming headway as well, catching Willis. And they're going to go either side of Willis to Van der Bosch and Turner. Van der Bosch all over the curb at Starkey's Bridge as they make their way up towards Schwantz Curve for the first time. Hodgson looking on the inside of Willis as they make their way into the right-hander at McLean's, and everybody so far has survived as Thomas Kalita runs wide in front of the pack and takes out the braking board. But other than that, and another braking board and another braking board, so that's 3 for the price of 1 down there. But Van der Bosch leads. Anderson goes for a spin as well in the Citroen Saxo. He's able to rejoin, and Kalita managed to rejoin further down the other. So as they come towards the chicane at Roberts for the first time, your leader is Kane Van der Bosch. Oh, Ralph Hodgson and Graham Lewis has gone off, and AC3 Singleton goes up in sympathy. They clash into each other, trying to rejoin. Oopsie daisy, that's taken out Thomas Kalita in 782 as they both just came to blows as Willis tried to rejoin the track. Anderson goes through into 8th. Willis is able to rejoin. Van der Bosch is a lead from Turner. Hodgson now runs wide, so everything's happening in these first couple of laps as we hand over to Owen Potter for the first time.
Yeah, hectic first lap. I didn't want to interrupt there, but a lot went on. The massive overspeed from the faster cars coming from the back of the grid as we see Turner right on the bumper of Bosch as we head into Old Hairpin. And he gives him a nudge. He sends the Mini sideways. That was a little bit dirty, but all this is just allowing the cars behind to catch up. The cars are all very equal, very similar. Most of them running the 5-speed H-pattern gearbox with the other gearboxes there for the use. As we see 2 cars here battling, that's 619 John Smith and 104 Ralph Hodgson coming out of McLean's as we head up towards Coppice corner. It's still Turner now in the lead, may I say, leading, but Kevin looking for the inside, and the slipstream may just put in here is very powerful. Don't be surprised to see a lot of moving around on the straights to try and break that toe.
As we're about to see a prime example between John Smith and Ralph Hodgson in the 4th place battle. Hodgson tries to move around the outside of the engine to Roberts. Is he going to get around the outside, I wonder? Not quite. The sausage curb somewhat hampered that attempt, I think it's fair to say, in more ways than one. But as they make their way down, you can see weaving already in the show as they go into Redgate corner, with Turner trying to break the slipstream from Van der Bosch. Van der Bosch has run a tad wide, but nothing too alarming to upset the Mini. Of course, we saw that these two had a great battle at Rockingham at the pre-season meeting back in October, before the season started at Cadwell Park on Halloween. And Van der Bosch has gone wide, he'll have him bouncing over the curb and over the grass as well for good measure. He has managed to just about stay on terms with Adam Turner, who very nearly turned him out early doors. He tries the outside on McLean's, not going to happen this time. Tries to cut back in again, this time there's more contact. And here comes Owen Potter to join in. So all manner of things are going on here. We've now got 3 cars together for the race lead and 2 more not too far adrift.
Cars all over the place, and it's cars ducking and diving everywhere, and going 3 wide down the back straight. Well, almost as Potter ducks to the other car to try and get some toe. Now they're looking 3 wide. 3 wide down this chicane, not going to work surely. Oh, somehow it has. Turner in the lead with Potter right there, getting the speed from hanging back under the braking zone. As Turner still in the lead in the 447-206cc with 293 Bosch second place. Cars ducking and diving all over the place, trying to break that slipstream as Bosch looks to the outside of the red gate. Not quite, not close enough yet, as we head down towards through Hollywood down to Craner Curves.
So some superb racing from the silhouette so far. All 3 of them together now, coming through Craner. Turner has the lead. Potter has a bit of a twitch on behind and runs a tad wide, but thankfully able to keep it on the straight and narrow on the black stuff more importantly as well. Turner and Van der Bosch still scrapping at the front. Potter is trying to find a way through. There's just a wall of car there he can't really do anything about as they go side by side towards McLean's, and it may be a case of McLean on the other car as they go through McLean's at the time. And it looks like Potter is looking to the inside at Coppice, but I don't think that's going to work funnily enough. No, the curbs somewhat put a stop to that manoeuvre. Still John Smith in 4th, with Ralph Hodgson in 5th to my knowledge, behind in car 619 and 104. And just look at the insane, in fact they weave so much they go into the grass, so I'm not quite sure what that achieved other than putting them both on the grass. It didn't really gain them any time, possibly able to close as a result of all that as they go through Roberts. So this battle is something we're going to keep an eye on. And once again, they're weaving like mad on the straight, and that may catch us into this duty. You're not really supposed to be weaving that much in a straight line, and Van der Bosch has got a car width on the inside. Redgate, that's forced Adam Turner into mistake. He goes off and will possibly lose 3rd place. Well, lose 2nd place rather than drop down to 3rd, and that is what has happened, whether it is they come down Craner. Towards Old Hairpin, Van der Bosch still leads. Potter looks to the inside and again gets the nose chopped off.
Yeah, cars weaving around on the straight. I think the stewards are going to issue a warning board to all these top 3 guys to stop moving around on the straight. It is dangerous. We saw cars onto the grass there. So we see Potter on the inside of Bosch into McLean's. He's through, and he's got track to spare. So that was a nicely executed move there from number 79 in the Vauxhall Tigra. But Bosch is looking for a fight back at Coppice. No, he's gonna sit behind and take the lovely slipstream you get down this back straight here as we pass the old museum. Cars weaving around again, trying to break the toe, but he can't move back over. Bosch is there, he's leaning on and getting the side drop. All the NASCAR IndyCar techniques you see in here being deployed at Donington, as Bosch has the racing line going into the last chicane as we head on the home straight, as Turner looks now on the exit to get Owen Potter up into Redgate.
Absolutely, and as you were saying about the weaving being dangerous, of course we all know this, because many of you may remember at one point in Formula 1, Martin Webber and Sebastian Vettel oh so nearly putting themselves in the pit wall, just trying to battle too hard by weaving in the straight line, and that's why they are not allowed to weave on the straights, because it does cause incidents if they weave too much, and there's a bit more contact as they come down Craner. Van der Bosch and Turner have a bit of a coming together, and Potter says, "Excuse me, sir," and puts Adam on the grass, which I'm sure Adam is overly impressed with, or maybe not is the case. But they make their way into the right-hander at McLean's, and this time Potter's got past Adam, but following that exuberance at Old Hairpin, I'm minded to say Adam's not going to be very keen on letting him get away with that.
No, door banging lean, and all he says is he snaps on the exit of Coppice. That was very nearly a massive accident. That's just allowed the leaders to bridge a gap. But again, it's 2 by 2. Not so much side drafting this time. Potter's in front. Kevin trying to get the slipstream. Not quite as we enter the braking zone. Potter's running hard. He's all over the curbs. A mass 2 wheels. Kevin's on the grass. Everyone's all over the place. Turner's now somehow brought himself back into this due to these two having a fight, and it's Kevin's broke away through the middle of all that. Potter's just having to hold the inside line as Turner looks to the outside of red gate. Can he do it? Not quite. Oh, he's probably going to show him the grass. No, I think Turner's going to him. He's in front. Great move around the outside.
So Potter potted his own position there and put himself in the gravel trap, but Van der Bosch leads the way as we did indeed see that a couple of them there very nearly hit very large strife. As Turner now runs wide and bounces over the grass, you can see how little suspension travel these cars have. And as well, it must be pointed out, compared to other cars in motor racing, there aren't exactly very big wheels on these cars. They are rather small as far as cars are concerned. Now Potter looks to the inside of Turner again. This time Turner's wise to the move and doesn't allow Potter to ram into his driver's door like he did the old hairpin last time round. As they make their way down the Ipswich Straight. Again, this weaving is still going on, and Van der Bosch is oh so close to getting wiped out here as he weaves across the nose of cars behind him. That could result in problems, and it has indeed resulted in problems for Adam Turner, who bounces over the grass at Roberts, and through goes Owen Potter as Adam Turner. He went down the old national circuit up to the Gallards.
Again, all caused by the weaving and all the moving under the braking zone, as we say. Potter ducks out the slipstream, looking the outside, trying to replicate what Turner did to him a lap ago, but instead he's just driven off the circuit. Oh, a little bit of game lag there. Anyway, as it's still Bosch in the lead, and Turner looks to be in second place, but I don't know quite what's going on there. It's like Owen's transponder's just dropped off the lap time in beams. We're going to have to wait and see as we pass the next split, and here he is in the lead now. According on to our timing screens, as we see 2 by 2 underneath the old Starkey's Bridge, all over the curves, all over the place. I'll hand you back over to Ben while I recatch my words.
Yes, it seems to be the tail of the disappearing Vauxhall Tigre at this stage. Turner's now got behind the Phantom car, which I think is what it's going to be called at this stage. Van der Bosch still leads in the Mini somehow, so after all that, they're in the same order they were last time we saw them on the Wheatcroft Straight. So all is well, nobody's had a catastrophic accident whilst they've been away from the start and finish line. They're now side by side for second place again, coming towards the rubber chicane. What I'm led to believe is the penultimate time. We'll see what the laps say when they come around to join us again. Turner's now scythed his way through to go into second. Here comes Van der Bosch to the timing line again. Let's see what lap we're on. Yes, I think that was lap number 9 we've just started. So we have got 2 laps to go, I believe, by my reckoning, as they make their way round. So this is the last lap, I'm told, rather, lap number 9. So 9 laps will be completed in this race, I should say. There's 83 Singleton running in 5th, then it's Kalita in 6th place, then 7th is Graham Willis. They've got 2 cars out of the race, Ralph Hodgson and Roy Anderson. Those 2 are both no longer circulating, but Van der Bosch is looking largely in charge. He's bridged the gap to the 2nd and 3rd place runners in the last half a lap since we last saw the cars, as it looks like Potter rather's on the inside of Turner, and that car is looking a little bit jumpy there, and in fact has departed stage right, but has reappeared, but he's not exactly been cooperative, should we say. Van der Bosch leads in the meantime towards the final corner. Roberts, they're back from the same place as Lama. Here comes Van der Bosch clattering over the curbs as they come through past the Fuji TV sign, and well, it looks like Turner's got the better of the second place battle as they come to the line. Checkered flag at the ready, up and down on Kevin Van der Bosch. Second will be Adam Turner, third is Owen Potter, fourth John Smith in 619, and then the rest of them will see where they come. Here comes Ben Simmons for fifth, and we'll just see who else is going to finish, Owen.
Yep, coming across the line, the back few cars, this is Thomas Kalita in that Vauxhall Tigre, coming across the line to take a 6th position as he comes across the line now. Well, almost, it's a little bit further on the straight, there it is, past us now. And here comes Graham Willis to round out the finishing cars in the other Vauxhall Tigre, come across the line now. So yeah, 7 cars finished, 2 cars retired, with them being in the form of Raffle Hodgson in 104 and Roy Anderson in the 36. So we got the results through quite quickly actually, not too much penalties after all that weaving, so I'll confirm them for you now. So your winner is Kevin Van der Bosch in the H293 BMW Mini. He did 9 laps in the 10-minute race and had a 2.3 second gap over the second place car of Adam Turner, who takes second place in the 447 Peugeot 206cc. The final podium position went to the way of Owen Potter in that Phantom Vauxhall Tigra. Fourth went to John Smith in the Vauxhall Corsa. Fifth, Ben Singleton in the Peugeot 206cc. No, not CC, in just a normal 206 even. Sixth, Thomas Kalita in the other Vauxhall Tigra. And the last Vauxhall Tigra and the last running car was Graham Willis in the 15. So your car numbers for that one, if you want to write them down in your program. So winner was H293, second 447, third 79, fourth 619, fifth 83, sixth 782, seventh 15, with 104 and 36 both retiring. So I'll hand you back over to Ben. But yeah, a good, barring all the weaving all over the place, a good race.
Absolutely, some very good racing has been seen so far from the silhouettes this season. We've seen some great battling. All 3 meetings we've had for them, and I think Castle Combe in particular was very entertaining as well. The silhouettes will return on the 12th of December at Anglesey for the debut of the Anglesey circuit with us here at OGRL, and the first of 2 visits to Wales for the silhouettes this year, with another one in February to Pembrey. But that will be the last action for the silhouettes ahead of Christmas before they have a meeting away, and then they'll return in the new year on January the 2nd at Mallory Park, just down the road in the Leicestershire Hinckley area. So hopefully we'll have another good field for Anglesey and Mallory Park coming up in the next month or so for the silhouettes. But that is as far as we're going to take you here at Donington Park. On behalf of all of us here at OGRL, we would like to thank you for your support once again of the Intermarque silhouettes, and we'll be back next week with the historic touring cars at Silverstone on the National Circuit in Northamptonshire. But with that, thank you very much for your support, and we'll see you again very soon. Goodbye.
Goodbye.